What is the spiritual dream meaning of seeing your ex?
Look, she dreamed in a palace and she still couldn't escape him. Diana Spencer. She was just 20 years old when she married a prince in that fairy tale dress. 750 million people were watching. And she was also 20 when the fairy tale just died.
And it didn't die with a bang. Oh no. It died with a little whisper from the man she loved. A reporter asks if they're in love, and he replies, "Whatever in love means." Right there. That was the moment. That was the beginning of the haunting.
Charles, her ex, her wound, her recurring nightmare. I mean, she dreamed of him even after the divorce, even after she had completely reborn herself into this global icon. Even after new lovers and a whole new life, he was still there, always, in her dreams.
But here's the thing you have to understand. Charles wasn't just a man in those dreams, he was a symbol. He was what Jungian analysts call the animus, the masculine part of her own psyche that she'd projected onto him. And when the marriage fell apart, that projection shattered, but the energy, it just went underground, and it came to visit her at 3 a.m.
And this is a perfect illustration of the hero's journey, right? Every single hero has to go down into the underworld to get back what they lost. For Diana, her dreams of Charles, that was her descent. She wasn't weak for dreaming about him. She was in the middle of the work. She was confronting a ghost to reclaim herself.
Diana's journey, it's a map for you too. Because if you're being haunted by these dreams, I'm willing to bet you've been asking all the wrong questions.
You know the ones. Why do I keep dreaming about him when I'm the one who ended it? Does it mean I still love him? Is my subconscious trying to tell me to go back? Why is he showing up now, years later?
And then the worst ones. Am I broken? Am I obsessed? Pathetic? Stop. Just stop. Breathe. None of those are the right question. Not even close.
Let's get to the one right question. The one that will actually change everything. The one that will save your life.
And that question is simply this: what part of me is he standing in for? Because listen, when a person shows up again and again in your dreams, it is never really about them. It is about a piece of your own soul that you haven't integrated, and it is demanding to be seen. His face shows up, sure, but that energy, that's all you.
So, think of him as the threshold guardian. He's the character standing at the door between your life right now and your next evolution. Your psyche is going to keep casting him in that role until you finally look him in the eye and understand what he's there to show you. The dream isn't a punishment, it's an alarm clock. It's time to wake up.
Okay, so let's get into your dream's diagnosis. The different ways he shows up tells you exactly where you are in this whole process. Your soul is sending you a very, very specific message.
All right, first type. You dream he comes back and you're just overjoyed, filled with relief. Okay, this is not about him. Your psyche is mourning what he represented. Maybe it was safety, validation, a sense of belonging. This is a direct diagnosis. You are outsourcing your wholeness. You haven't found those things inside yourself yet.
Second type, you dream he rejects you all over again. This is your psyche just hitting rewind on the core wound because you haven't healed it yet. It hasn't been metabolized. On some level, you are still letting him decide if you are worthy. He can't. You're the only one who can do that. This is your shadow work, happening in real time.
Number 3, you dream you're back together, but something just feels off. It's wrong. This is your inner wisdom burning through that thick fog of nostalgia. Your deeper self knows it was broken. It's showing you the truth that your waking mind keeps trying to romanticize. You need to let it.
And finally, you dream of him, but he's a stranger, or he's transformed somehow. This is a good dream. This means the integration is starting. The emotional charge, that whole complex, is losing its power over you. This is the beginning of your return home, to yourself.
So here is the most crucial point of all of this. These dreams are not a weakness. They are not evidence that you haven't moved on. They are a dispatch. They are a call to go in.
Because almost every woman alive has one. That face, that recurring 3 a.m. visitor. And the advice to just get over it, that's a death sentence for your growth. These dreams connect you to something ancient. It's like every woman who has ever loved and lost is handing you a torch and saying, go in, find what you left behind, come back whole.
You are being called to do the exact same work Diana was doing in that palace, night after night. The only question is, will you answer?
Part 2. Last time, we laid the groundwork. Now we decode the specific messages your psyche is sending every time you dream about your ex. So let's get right into it. The dreams you're having about your ex, they are not random noise. They are not nostalgia. They are coded messages. They're diagnoses. Your job isn't to fear them. Your job is to learn how to read them, because what they reveal is the blueprint for your own healing. We're going to break this down into a few categories, and first up are the dreams that, well, they aren't actually about him at all. They're about a part of you that got left behind. This is all about reclamation. This is probably one of the most common and honestly the most misleading dreams you can have. It feels so real, like validation, maybe even a sign from the universe. I'm telling you, it's not. Okay, this is the crucial point. He's just a symbol. He represents a quality inside yourself that you felt most alive in when you were with him. So your psyche, it isn't asking for him back. It's trying to stage a reunion with a piece of your own soul that went missing. The dream is a demand. Integrate that power on your own terms, starting today. And then there's this one, the ghost from the deep past. You know, the one you haven't thought about in years, maybe even decades, and then bam, there he is. Why now? This is not some random memory bubbling up. This is your internal alarm system, and it's using shorthand. Your psyche is pulling up an old file because the situation you're in right now, a new job, a new relationship, whatever, it has the exact same emotional architecture as that old wound. It is screaming at you, this is familiar, this is the old trap. So here's the work. You have to map the parallel. First, find that emotional rhyme. What is happening right now that feels just like it did back then? Then you have to name the wound with absolute precision. Don't just say, oh, I feel rejected. No. Specificity, that isn't just an exercise. It is the scalpel that lets you perform emotional surgery and finally heal the source of the infection. All right, let's move into the next category. And this is where it gets tougher. These are the dreams that point directly to an active, unhealed wound. This is the front line of the battle. This is the one, isn't it? The dream that can absolutely ruin your entire day, maybe even your whole week. It feels like a punch to the gut, like a confirmation of your deepest, darkest fear. Now let's be crystal clear about what is happening here. Your fear has nothing to do with the new person. It has everything to do with the lie that this scenario seems to validate. That you were replaceable, that you were lacking. That verdict is manufactured by the wound, and every single time you wake up from this dream in a panic, you are reinforcing it. So this is your practical application. This is your weapon. When you wake up from that nightmare, you fight back. You say this out loud until your nervous system starts to believe it. This is not positive thinking. This is actively rewriting your own code. It takes repetition. You have to do the reps. Okay, we need to talk about the most serious variation. And the tone here has to change because the stakes are infinitely higher. This requires a completely different level of attention. Let's be absolutely, unequivocally clear. If you are dreaming about an abusive ex, it has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with unresolved feelings. It is a trauma response. Your nervous system recorded terror and intimacy in the same file, and now they're all tangled up. The dream is a symptom. It's a neurological threat replay. And this brings us to a non-negotiable directive. You do not try to journal your way out of this one. You do not try to be your own surgeon here. Reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of a wound that requires a trained professional guide. This is not optional. Your future self is on the line. And now we shift, because these dreams don't just point to wounds, they also signal healing. So let's look at the dreams that tell you you're actually moving forward, the ones that tell you you're winning. I know, this can be a deeply disturbing dream to wake up from. It feels morbid, maybe even wrong. But psychologically, it is one of the most powerful and positive signs you could possibly receive. What has died is not a person. What has died is the complex, the emotional charge, the projection you had placed on him. This is your psyche telling you it has completed its work. It has processed the attachment, and it has let it go. This is a huge landmark moment. You are becoming whole. So what's the final stage? What's the real finish line? It's not some dream where you're ecstatically happy and everything's perfect. No, it's something much, much quieter. This is it. This is the goal. When the dream hums and it has no more power over you, no sadness, no anger, just a neutral observation, That is true emotional completion. It's not fireworks, it's freedom. It is a quiet morning after a very long war. You made it through. So, after going through all of these variations, the painful ones, the confusing ones, the hopeful ones, what is the one unifying truth that ties them all together? This is the most crucial point of all. This work was never about him. It was never really about the relationship. Every dream, every ghost, every single scenario your mind conjures in the dark is a breadcrumb trail leading back to one place, yourself. And this is the ultimate reframe. You have to stop looking at these dreams as haunted houses that you're trapped in. Start seeing them for what they actually are. They're blueprints. They are showing you with surgical precision where the work still needs to be done on the structure of your own soul.
Build the damn thing.
Part 3. You dreamed of him again. And if you're here, you know what that means. That dream is not a cage. It's not a sign you should go back. It is a key. The only question is, what door is it gonna unlock?
Look, forget theory. This is an operating system for your own healing. It's a direct call to action, and it starts tonight. This isn't about waiting to feel better. The dream, it's the alarm clock. It's screaming at you that the moment is now.
Okay, so let's get into it. We've got 6 protocols. Think of this as a toolkit. Different weapons for different women, different wounds. You don't need to do all of them. Find the one that hits you in the gut, not your head, and then you commit.
All right, let's look at our first set of tools. These are all about taking the chaos that's swirling around in your head and getting it out onto paper, where you can finally see it for what it really is.
First up, the dream journal. This one's for the analytical woman, the one who processes things by writing them down. And the urgency level here, it is absolutely non-negotiable. You start tonight. No excuses.
Execution is everything, so listen up. Number 1, the second you wake up, you write for 10 minutes straight. Do not look at your phone. 2, you end every single entry with this exact question. If this figure is a part of me, what part is it? And 3, after 30 days, you read it all back.
And here's the magic of it. The pattern you're going to see when you read it back, that is the diagnosis. See, this isn't some passive little reflection. It's what Carl Jung called active imagination. You are actively engaging the ghost. This is combat. And trust me, it works way faster than just sitting around thinking about them.
Okay, next up is the projection audit. This is for the self-aware woman, the one who knows she has patterns but hasn't really sat down and mapped them out yet. Think of this as your preemptive strike before you even think about walking into another relationship. So, you're going to grab a piece of paper and make this exact chart. For every single significant X, you list their best qualities, and then you list the damage they did. And here's the brutal truth this is going to show you. That best column, those are your projections. Those are qualities of your own that you outsourced to him. And that damage column, well, that's your shadow. That's the wound that keeps picking the same injury, just in a different costume.
All right, let's keep going. We're going to shift gears now. We're moving out of the mind and into something way more primal. We're going into the body, into the mythic realm, where we're going to feel the truth instead of just thinking about it.
Protocol 3, the body practice. This is for any woman who lives up in her head. Right now, your nervous system is storing trauma that your mind can't deal with, and it is literally costing you your health. This one is not optional.
Here's what you do. 1, you close your eyes and you find the physical sensation of him in your body. You know the one, that tightness in your chest, the pit in your stomach, find it. 2, breathe directly into it. Do not run from it. 3, place a hand on that exact spot and say out loud, I am taking you back. And let me be clear, this is not woo-woo stuff. This is somatic psychology. The body keeps the score, and it's time to settle up.
Now for Protocol 4, the mythic reframe. This is for the woman who thinks in symbols. Joseph Campbell said that we live by the myths we inhabit. And right now, the story you're telling yourself about this relationship is absolutely killing your potential. So it's time to change the story.
I want you to find a myth about a woman who goes into the darkness and comes back powerful. Think of Inanna descending into the underworld, or Persephone who becomes its queen, or Psyche who has to complete impossible tasks to find her love, the Navajo changing woman who transforms with every season. Find your story. And here is the crucial part. You are not at the beginning of this story. The descent? That already happened.
You are in the middle of the labyrinth right now. So the only question that matters is this: what does your archetype do next? Her next move? That becomes your instruction manual.
Okay, let's get to our final section and see how all of this comes together. So we've written it out, we've felt it, now it's time to take some direct, decisive action.
Protocol 5 is the direct dialogue. This is for the bold woman who is just so tired of passive reflection and is ready for a confrontation. It is time to stop having the same circular conversation in your dreams and start having it consciously, on your terms.
So you're going to sit quietly, you call up his image, and then you ask him directly, what are you here to show me? What part of myself did I give to you that I need to take back? And then you shut up and you listen. Because the answer that comes back, it's not going to be about him. It's going to be about you.
And that is the entire point of this whole thing. The psyche stops sending the messenger once the message has been received. So receive the message, dismiss the messenger, get free. And finally, Protocol 6, the structure overhaul. This one's for the woman who changes from the outside in. And this isn't metaphysical, it's pure neurology. Your brain requires new input to form new patterns. Your environment right now is keeping you stuck.
So starting today, you're going to make 3 changes. 1, change something physical in your bedroom. Move the furniture, sleep on the other side of the bed. 2, replace one habit that's linked to him. That playlist, that coffee shop, that route you take home from work. Get rid of it. 3, introduce one totally new experience every single week. You have to give your brain new territory to map. So where does all this leave us? You dreamed of him again. And now you see it, don't you? The dream isn't the problem. The dream is the beginning of the solution. Every single woman who walks through a haunted palace and refuses to look away, who faces down her ghost and asks it the right damn questions, she eventually walks out the other side. But she's not the same woman who went in. She is a whole woman. That is who these dreams are building. So stop it. Stop mourning the relationship that is over. Start claiming the woman he never could have handled. The woman you are becoming right now. She's been waiting for you this entire time. And the only question left is, who are you becoming?